Hello and welcome! Today we continue to look at decks that I've been playing for a while. Once again, this is a deck I don't get to play too often, but I like to break out every once in a while. This is my personal Spellslinger list, Kess, Dissident Mage. Before we get started, I'd like to quickly ask you to like and subscribe. I've been very happy with the growth this channel has had so far, and I'm excited to see where we're going. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. One of the tiers is specifically set up for Commander. For only $25, I will build you a custom Commander deck based around your specifications, and even do a deck video on it. With that out of the way, let's get into the video. Kess Dissident Mage is a 4-mana 3/4 legendary human wizard with flying. Additionally, on each of our turns, we may cast an instant or sorcery from our graveyard. Any spell we cast this way goes into exile, though. So Kess is basically a card advantage commander. We love having card advantage in our command zone. Now, when people think Spellslinger, they think red and blue, usually together. At its core, Spellslinger is a mid-range deck that takes advantage of the synergistic nature of powerful magic cards and uses them to create overwhelming value. Now, you can build a budget list in Spellslinger. In fact, next week we'll be looking at a budget Spellslinger list. But this isn't it. This deck clocks in at about $1,100. Apologies to your wallet. But before we look at the deck, we should keep in mind our checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. To start, let's take a look at our lands. We're running Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Reliquary Tower, Polluted Delta, Bloodstained Mire, Scalding Tarn, Flooded Strand, Marsh Flats, Arid Mesa, Xander's Lounge, Watery Grave, Blood Crypt, Steam Vents, Drowned Catacombs, Dragon Skull Summit, Sulphur Falls, Shipwreck Marsh, Haunted Ridge, Stormcarved Coast, Luxury Suite, Training Center, Morphic Pool, 5 Islands, 2 Swamps, and 4 Mountains. For mana rocks, we've got Mox Amber, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Dimir Signet, Rakdos Signet, Izzet Signet, Talisman of Dominance, Talisman of Indulgence, Talisman of Creativity, Felwar Stone, Chromatic Lantern, Mind Stone, and the combination of Dramatic Reversal and Isochron Scepter. But since we're in Spellslinger, we're also running Dark Ritual, Pyretic Ritual, Desperate Ritual, and Magma Geyser. To dig through our deck, we're running Brainstorm, Faithless Looting, Search for Azcanta, Frantic Search, Rhystic Study, Siphon Mind, Archmage Emeritus, Secrets of the Dead, Teferi's Ageless Insight, Sunbird's Invocation, Notion Thief as both stacks and card draw, Snapcaster Mage to replay a single spell from our graveyard, or Underworld Breach to replay our entire graveyard, Windfall and Wheel of Fortune as our wheel effects, and Limdul's Vault, Mystical Tutor, Vampiric Tutor, and Demonic Tutor as our tutors. For spot removal, we're running Rapid Hybridization, Dreadbore, Abrade, Bedevil, and Chaos Warp. Our counter magic package consists of Arcane Denial, Negate, Counterspell, Narset's Reversal, and Reinterpret. For stacks effects, we're running Narset Parter of Veils and Ashiok Dreamrender. Not only is Ashiok a wonderful stacks piece, they're also a piece of graveyard hate that doesn't hurt our own graveyard. For board wipes, we're running Blasphemous Act, Cyclonic Rift, and Toxic Deluge. Now, the 2 ways I tend to gain value in Spellslinger is through spell copy and recasting my spells. We've already discussed cards that let us recast our instants and sorceries from the graveyard, as well as cards that let us dig through our deck to find those cards. But what about spell copy? To start, we're running Increasing Vengeance, Bonus Round, Expansion Explosion, Electrodominance, Swarm Intelligence, Thousand Year Storm, and Arcane Bombardment. Figuring out the number of copies created when you have Thousand Year Storm and Swarm Intelligence on board is already crazy, so good luck adding an Arcane Bombardment to the mix. Finally, the core of our deck. Professor Onyx and Ral Storm Conduit both act as finishers when we go infinite, and with either of them on board combined with a Chain of Smog, we win the game. For those who don't understand, we target ourselves with Chain of Smog and make a copy. We then repeat this process 1,000 times. Each copy triggers either Professor Onyx or Ral Storm Conduit, damaging our opponents and eventually winning us the game. We've also got a Torment of Hailfire, which can win us the game out of nowhere, and a Leyline of Anticipation, giving all of our spells flash. Finally, we have my favorite combo in the game, Insult Injury and Lightning Bolt. With Thousand Year Storm and Kess on board, I've been able to win the game with those two cards. I cast a Dark Ritual, then Demonic Tutor. I then cast Insult, then Insult again, then Lightning Bolt. Assuming Thousand Year Storm was on board the entire time, you now have 5 Lightning Bolts on the stack, and each one of them deals 384 damage. Allow me to explain how this works and go over the math with you. Thousand Year Storm copies each instant and sorcery you cast for each instant sorcery you've cast previously to that one. So in our above example, we cast Dark Ritual, adding 3 black mana to our mana pool. We then use that mana to cast Demonic Tutor, except that we can get an additional copy of Demonic Tutor, allowing us to search for 2 cards. We tutor for Insult Injury and Lightning Bolt. We then cast the Insult side, which means damage has been doubled 3 times. That's 2 to the 3rd, or 8 times damage. We then use Kess's ability to cast Insult again from the graveyard, doubling all damage 4 more times, or 2 to the 7th, or times 128. Which means each Lightning Bolt now deals 384 damage. And there are 5 of them, and the damage cannot be prevented. Usually that's enough to win the game. So let's take a look at our list and see how it compares to our checklist. 50 mana sources, split between 33 lands, 12 mana rocks, and 5 rituals. A little low, but we draw enough cards that we shouldn't have any issues missing land drops. 20 pieces of card advantage counting our commander. 10 pieces of spot removal counting counterspells, plus 2 amazing stacks pieces. 3 board wipes, 1 piece of graveyard hate, no sudden I win cards, but lots and lots of combos that allow us to win the game out of nowhere. So our deck checks all the boxes and is a ton of fun to play. Kess is a powerful commander that sees play in many CEDH decks. This deck is not of itself a CEDH deck, but it is quite strong, as many Spellslinger decks are. We've got a lot of interaction, ways to destroy any permanent, lots of board wipes, and many paths to victory. That being said, Kess is not my only Spellslinger commander. Who is your favorite Spellslinger commander? Which combos are your favorite to play? Or how much do you hate playing against Spellslinger at your table? Be respectful, but have fun commenting below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cute Stuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, there's a link to her Fiverr page below. I post new Commander deck videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, or you can click here to watch additional videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Data.